What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a sick edition of Quest the Cosmic, and I might sound a little different, and that's because I've had the flu for the past like 2 weeks. So I mean, like I feel okay. It's just that I sound like I'm dying, and I don't know why it's that way. Because when I was the most sick, I sounded like pretty normal, but now that I'm like 2 weeks into, 2 weeks into my sickness, I sound like just terrible. It's really weird. I don't understand it, but yeah, I feel okay though. But yeah, so I'm gonna try not to talk too much, I think, so that I'm not like making all kinds of sick noises, because I'm like coughing and sneezing and I'm sniffling a lot. And I'm gonna try not to do that too much, so yeah. But yeah, other than being sick, everything has been going pretty well. I haven't been able to play very much, but I have been able to work on the Chris guide, because I've just been in bed pretty much. So I just have my laptop with me, just working on it like non-stop kind of. So I had plenty of time to do that, but I didn't have a lot of time to record, audio, which is really the only thing that's holding me up, is not being able to record audio, because I don't want to sound, like I'm dying in the guide. That's kind of, yeah, I just don't want it to be like that. So I'm kind of waiting for me to get better. I'm waiting for me to sound better before I finish with the audio parts. So yeah, that might take a week, it might take 2 weeks. I'm not exactly sure how long that's gonna take. But yeah, so yeah, that's really the only thing that's holding me up. So once I sound better, then I'll start doing the finishing touches on the guide. Yeah, until then, I'm not exactly sure when I'm gonna be able to start doing audio. But yeah, I will be uploading some parts of Resident Evil 6. I was able to do enough parts that to warrant a playthrough for it. So yeah, I'm doing that with Ninja Link, and we are, let's say, about maybe 2/3 of the way through the game, but I wasn't sure if like we were gonna be able to finish. But I think we're to the point where we're close enough, and I don't think the problems are going to be as bad that we won't be able to finish. So yeah, I'm going to start uploading the parts. I'll probably upload it at the same time this comes up. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. So yeah, I'm gonna try not to talk too much, but I'm gonna try to do a little bit of commentary, because yeah, just to get in something. Just so I'm not sitting here sniffling to the background of Marvel footage. But yeah, this could all go pretty bad, especially since he's gonna get the kill on Chris. X Factor just started going, and yeah, gets the grab on Morgan. This is gonna blow up Morgan unless he drops it, which he does, surprisingly. No, that's not gonna hit. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with Dolphin Kick is, but it always seems like he can be in the middle of a dolphin kick and be off the ground, and yet when my move comes out, he'll all of a sudden magically be on the ground. It's really weird, because if I try to do that with shell kick, it won't work, because shell kick has recovery when you land with it, and dolphin kick doesn't. So yeah, I guess that's part of the balancing. Some moves have recovery and others don't. But yeah, this is not gonna go well for him. I mean, he probably could have killed Morgan and still wouldn't have been able to win, because I still have my X Factor. I think I still had some a decent amount of meter, and it would have taken too many hits, I think, for him to win. But yeah, going into the next game, we got a Point Wolverine. And is this gonna hit him? Yeah, I think he was pushing a button. I think he was in the middle of that dash-in attack. Though, I forget the name. But yeah, I think he was in the middle of something, which is why he ended up getting hit. I don't think he expected for me to throw out that hyper. I think that's kind of what surprised him. The had a little bit of setup. It's kind of like to protect me against hypers like that, especially from, you know, Maximum Wesker or even the Virgil one. You want to have some sort of setups that's meaty enough so that you won't get hit by stuff like that. Because, I mean, what they end up doing is they throw it out, and if they hit you, they try to confirm off of it. It's easier with Virgil than it is with Wesker, but it could still lead to dead characters all over the place with both characters. So it's nice that I interrupted it, and he ended up having to use X Factor outside of a combo, so he had to get the touch on Chris to get the kill. And for some reason, I just threw Magneto away. But yeah, even if this didn't hit, it still was mostly, it was still looking pretty good on my end, because he wouldn't have been able to kill me in one combo. I don't think his I don't think his level 3 combo can kill Morgan in one touch. I might be mistaken, but I probably wouldn't have given him the opportunity to get it in the first place. Probably would have went right into mirror, and I had my X Factor. He wouldn't have been able to come in, and it would have been too much chip for him to handle. But yeah, going against point 0, and he's doing a pretty good job. The thing with 0, like when you're going into like a zoning game with 0 against Chris has a lot of health, and he can take a pretty significant beating. And 0 can't. It only takes a couple of shots for me to actually kill 0. So, but yeah, he's like I said, he's doing a pretty good job, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for Chris. So. Gets the touch on Morgan. Yeah, he ended up getting it. I'm not sure what he can do. I guess he's gonna go into the lane combo. This is such a I don't know. I guess he doesn't like trust in his lightning loops. But yeah, that combo, I can tell he tried to go into poison touch or poison tip into Gimlet, and he ended up not being able to do it. He wanted to do it, but couldn't. Still going into like, you know, runaway projectiles. I ended up letting him out of the corner, which I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have kept the pressure on. I'm gonna go into. Man, I was hoping I'd get the kill. Usually I go into level 3, but I didn't have enough meter for that. I should really be calling Morgan to get meter, because I got 0. He's just continuing to go into like the lane game, runaway projectiles. He wouldn't have been able to do it if I would have killed Hawkeye, though. I don't think, because he would have been down on health, and I can kind of just run away and avoid his projectiles pretty easy. But because I'm down a character, I have to get in. Wow, yeah, that would have been it for Magneto. I can't even hyper him out because I don't have 2 bars. So kind of just had to take it. I didn't want to raw tag, and now I got Morgan, you know, trying to rush in on him, but there's just not enough time, and I don't have any meter to go into the mirror, so I can't even do that. I can't even fall back on that. That's probably gonna hit me unless I X Factor. I probably tried to, but it's kind of hard to do. It's kind of hard to do like pinpoint accurate X Factors during like freeze frame animations online. I don't know what the deal is, and I don't know if you noticed, but he teabagged me at the end. I thought that was a good zoning game. Like I was probably, if I would have gotten his Hawkeye, it would have ended totally differently. But because his Hawkeye came out, he ended up getting healing from him. It ended up the way it ended up, and it just looked like he killed me, but it was a lot closer than it seemed. And I don't know what his deal was, like teabagging, because it felt like a good match to me. I don't know, but yeah, this game is same guy, and I believe this was maybe a game or 2 later. And see, this is the difference. He wants to run away and he wants to projectile, but he can't because his 0 got blown up. His 0 is dead. and his Hawkeye is slowly getting whittled down, and he has to be careful. So he has to come into me, basically. The thing with Chris is that, you know, you have to deal with mines and grenades, and this is exactly what you have to deal with. This, me sniping his assist. And he ended up trying to protect himself with, you know, with a hyper, with Amy's Seasons hyper, whatever it's called. But my grenade ended up, you know, just knocking him right out of the air, and lost Hawkeye within a flash. And Amy ended up having to use X Factor just to get healing, and you never want to use X Factor just for healing, and it's just, I just completely blew him up just because of, for one, being able to kill his character on the first touch, and two, sniping his assist. That's something that you want to be able to do with Chris pretty well, is know when you can and can't snipe an assist character. It makes a big difference, because that's a lot of that's like extra damage on assist characters, and you never want to give too much of that to away to your opponent. But yeah, I got the kill on Thor, and I'm not exactly sure how. I wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, Thor ended up going down. Ooh, that's not safe. Yeah, cross under and immediately go low, and his crouching M has just a lot of range. Ended up getting, this is gonna get the kill for sure, because I'm gonna DHC into Morgan, and I don't even think I'm gonna have to go into the extension, the Shadow Blade extension. Yeah, so just wound up dead. Went for the non-cross-up or the non-cross-up mix-up. He just wasn't holding back, because that was not anything special. I just threw out a button, and it ended up hitting. This is gonna hit Morgan. If you try to do that against Shadow Servant, it wouldn't have worked. But if I did do Shadow Servant, it would have resulted in a dead Morgan anyway. So I basically had to throw away Morgan, unless I was willing to use more meter and go into Magneto. But I'd rather lose Morgan than be forced to go into Magneto early because of stuff like this. Really easy touch. He wasn't expecting me to go full screen so quickly, and I ended up just doing a basic combo, X Factor into level 3. I didn't even have to use the X Factor. Level 3 would have probably killed him anyway. But we got a point Firebrand, and yeah, let's see what's going on here. I want to keep him on the ground, because Firebrand in the air is just going to devastate Chris. Does a nice grab. I'm probably going to get kill damage on this. Yes, everything's looking good so far. Yeah, I was afraid of that. There's a couple characters that are harder to hit off the ground with OTG Magnum. Firebrand is one of them. Amy is one of them. There's a few of them where they're smaller than normal, and it's just like enough that it's like one frame harder to land the jumping Magnum, or it whiffs, or it's something about it. In order for that to work, I would have had to jump backward, but I don't like doing that because then I have to dash forward to land flamethrower in order to have enough range to land sweep. I try to avoid jump back magnums that you know, for off the ground, because it just makes it harder, and I end up dropping it more. But that's what I would have had to have done to land that, and because I didn't drop the combo, lost Chris because of it. I end up getting a lucky happy birthday, and is this gonna hit? Yeah, okay, good, it hit. Yeah, and I'm gonna go right into mirror, and this he's gonna be forced to use X Factor, otherwise he's gonna take too much. He actually took 2 meter stealing fireballs. That's pretty big, because he doesn't have the meters to go into bionic arm anymore. And yeah, that's it. He kind of was forced to use X Factor just to avoid the chip, but losing the meter and not being able to bionic arm him to punish was huge, and I think that's kind of what he was looking for. He wanted to bionic arm me, then X Factor, then kill the character, and then get like a, you know, crazy mix up on the incoming character, but wasn't able to do that because of the meter stealing fireballs. Wow, Ryu got zoned out pretty quick. Couple of gunshots, couple of magnums, and that was it. He wasn't willing to raw tag out, and yeah, I probably would have punished him if he tried. I believe we've gone against each other a few times at this point, and I did remember punishing his Iron Man pretty bad when he tried to raw tag Ryu out. So yeah, and he didn't want to do it this time. But man, Iron Man's taking some pretty insane chip damage. He's already down. I haven't even landed a hit on him, like combo wise, and his Iron Man's already down to like maybe 10%. What's gonna happen here? Oh man, he barely got over that flamethrower. I hate that. I wish flamethrower was like tiltable. That'd be awesome, because then I'd tilt it up and it would be able to cover that angle and I wouldn't have been able to, he wouldn't have hit me that. A little bit pretty good corner pressure, and you do not want to do that. Do not call your assist when you're in the corner. I think that's like rule number 1 of Marvel, is to never do that, because of stuff like this. I mean, he wanted to heal Iron Man anyway, and because he was down so low on life, and it only took like maybe 1 or 2 attacks in, and his Iron Man got vaporized and basic combo to kill Virgil. But that's gonna be it for this sick edition of Quest Cosmic. Hopefully I didn't sound too nasty or too crazy, but I'll catch you guys next time when hopefully I feel better. Until then, see you later.